open society is very fragile. The foundations are fragile and they can break down much faster than we ever imagined. And we can find what used to be a very functional place all of a sudden become a really dangerous place where you can be beaten up in the street just because of the color of your skin.
The situation here is very dangerous when it comes to protecting freedom of speech, democratic rights, values. It's a society closing. This is not a problem that concerns only a small society like Greece. It's a disease practically that is going to come to the West.
When people are fearful, it's hard to open up, to embrace others and to support a wider project and work for an open society.
You've got historical precedents that ought to warn the European Union that it's on the wrong track. I think the large silent majority that realizes that something is very wrong, but is discouraged and passive.
I think like in every other country that's affected by the crisis, there are global events and there are local events. The Greek economy had particular weaknesses that made it extremely vulnerable to the fluctuations that were created by the financial crisis.
During the boom years, of course, and they're building the Olympics, not only in Greece, but in Ireland and Spain and all the rest of it, you had all this cheap money flooding into these countries from the big European banks, mainly in Germany and France and Britain. So all of a sudden, the Greeks and the Spanish and the Irish are living on German interest rates. They haven't merited that themselves through their economic performance. They haven't earned that. And then when the bubble burst with the financial crisis, basically you have a situation of creditors versus debtors. It balloons into a sovereign debt crisis in years of austerity and spending cuts.
I don't think any country in the Western world has experienced such a rapid deterioration of not just living conditions, but the general governance.
We have unemployment, which reaches 28% for the general population and 65% for the younger generation.
This means that you started thinking about your life differently, practically. Now it's survival and subsistence.
Not just you're not managing with your, finances, is that it's no longer easy to sustain this social fabric, to look after those you should be able to take care of, like your children or the elderly.
There is some data that there is increase of suicide rate. And if you go to social services, to hospitals, the crisis is obvious.
As people are just feeling greater and greater stress, they're also looking for a scapegoat.
Economic crisis offers opportunities to populists. They may turn that into economic populism, just promise to the people magic solutions to their economic problems. It can turn into racism and xenophobia.
Many people tell us to don't go out because if they find someone black like me, maybe they beat him, maybe they killed him. I have a Greek nationality for 14 years.
What scares me is how this kind of evil, racism and xenophobia that we actually witness, has started being tolerated by a vast number of people.
So they end up, sympathizing with radicals. Yes, I want vengeance and I'm going to kick the ass of migrants, the ass of the politicians. I hate the parliament.
They want to punish the politicians and to move Greece away from the European Union mainstream.
We somehow have to turn to new actors, new people, small deeds of solidarity. We have to mobilize a new civic capital. We have to even invent it.
The crisis is an opportunity, but where I see the opportunity is building the capacity of young people who want to make a difference.
The notion of voluntarism, community helping the community without asking for anything.
There are many people from our environment who came and told us, I've been trying for so many years to do something and I just didn't know where to go. And the surge of such a movement, I think, is very revealing as to positive effects that can come out of the crisis.
A lot of people in Greece, they understand better now the meaning of solidarity.
What I do and my colleagues do, it's enough to change our neighborhood. This can become an example and can mobilize others in order to change their neighborhoods too.
Growth means that you've tried to reinvent yourself and you found a way to do it. As long as there is a minimum level of stability and a minimum level of freedom and a minimum level of resources, I think that economies can start growing and societies can start hoping, even in the context of a bad state.
The problems in Greece are Greek problems, but the solutions to them, many aspects of those solutions lie not simply in Greece, but in the European Union.
The essence of Europe is solidarity, and we need to implement it so we can avoid the potential of the destruction of the social fabric.
Europe, being an open society, is supposed to be taking care of other people less fortunate.
The history will remember not the people who act against, but the people who were silent. And what we need now is more and more good people to react to this situation and to offer solidarity.
And I think that Europe must help. I don't think that Greece needs only money. Greece needs support for democracy,